You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the 7 and a Hook Podcast, the world's premier sports betting podcast. Your source for the best information and insight when it comes to sports wagering. We cover it all because you bet on it all. So let's head up to the studio and get this show rolling.
Hey, Brooksie here, the Irish Insider for the 7 and a Hook Podcast. Hey, hope everybody's having a great afternoon. As promised, we're going to break down the 4 o'clock games, the 4:25 games, and the 8 o'clock, 8:20 game, whatever you want to call it, Sunday night. Earlier today, I had a podcast with the early games, 1 o'clock games, so hopefully you got to watch that and got down on some of those games, or all of those games, we'll see. And so I'm going to break down the rest of today's NFL card. I'm going to leave Monday night's game off. I'm going to break that down probably tomorrow night prior to the game. So let's get moving. Afternoon games here, Sunday NFL Week 2. All right, so first game on the board. Got the Atlanta Falcons on the road, travel to take on the LA Rams. Now the Rams are a 10-point favorite, minus 10 at home here. Points total set at 46. All right, the Falcons, they're 0-1. They lost last week 27-26 to the Saints. They actually led 26-10 going into the fourth quarter. So that was a pretty big meltdown by the Falcons defense. Couldn't hold on. Rams, well, opening night, Thursday night football. They raised the banner, Super Bowl winners. Buffalo Bills come to town, kind of rained on their parade, and basically the Bills ran the Rams out of their own building, 31-10. I don't even think the game was that close, to be honest with you. But anyway, so this line, to me, it should be an easy bounce back for the Rams, right? No problem. Falcons coming into town. They're not that good. Rams had a bad week 1. They've had 10 days to get ready, so they should blow the Falcons out the building. Yeah, again, not so fast here. Again, if this was that easy, okay, I think the line would be 14, north of 14, 14 and a half, 15, somewhere around that. But the book, they're not sold on the Rams. And, you know, again, sometimes that Super Bowl hangover is a real thing. We're going to see here in week 2 what Rams team we've got cooking. I actually like the Falcons in this spot. Yeah, I'm going to take the 10. Give me the Falcons, and this is the game plan. Run, and then run a little bit more and run that clock out, Falcons, because if you can keep the Rams offense off the field as the Bills did. Now, again, the Bills defense is totally different than the than the Falcons, but it's not so much, it's more about the offense. And what I mean by that is the Falcons can just kind of churn out a few first downs here, run the ball, run the clock. The clock is really their ally. So Rams might win this game. They should, but I think it's going to be a little closer than people think. So give me the 10 points with the Falcons. And as far as the points total set at 46, I know what everybody's thinking. Rams are going to put up 46 themselves. I don't think so. I gotta see them play another week or so here before I say that offense is back. So I'm going to look down. We're going to go under 46 in this matchup. All right, moving on. Seattle Seahawks on the road travel to take on the San Francisco 49ers. All right, Niners are favored by 8, minus 8 at home. Points total set at 39 and a hook. That's a low total. The Seahawks got the job done last week at home, 17-16 over the visiting Denver Broncos, and they kind of spoiled the homecoming of Russell Wilson, longtime Seattle Seahawks quarterback. Got traded, went to the Broncos in the offseason. You know, the crowd was really into it. That 12th man is a real deal. And hopefully people tuned in. And because who did we have last week? Yeah, we had Seattle. Seattle is a tough team to beat at home. I think over the last 11 years, they have a 72% winning percentage, outright winning. So it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. Seattle's a tough place to come and play. 49ers, on the other hand, did not have a good week. They traveled to Chicago, rainy, cold, messy, typical Chicago weather, and didn't look good for the Niners in that weather. They didn't like the weather. They didn't like the football game. They lost 19-10. So, so jump ahead to this week. Niners are at home. Right, a good place to get right. But the problem is Trey Lance, ready for prime time? And I really don't know. I mean, last week the weather wasn't very good, and the Niners just didn't play good, so it's really kind of hard to judge him. I'm not sold on him yet. I need to see him play a little bit more. I honestly think that the fact that they kept Jimmy Garoppolo on the team, I think it's getting in Trey Lance's head. We're going to see this week, because if he lays an egg, there's going to be a lot of clamoring. Put Jimmy G back in. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not sold on Trey Lance right now. So that reason being, give me the 8 points. I'm going to take Seattle +8. And as far as the points total set at 39 and a hook, I know it's a low total. They're looking for almost no scoring. I'm going opposite. Yeah, I think there's going to be some scoring in this game. Go over 39 and a half here. All right, next game up. The Cincinnati Bengals on the road travel to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Bengals on the road here, favored by 7.5. 7 and a hook. I love that. Anyways, just have to do that. When I see it, you know. Anyways, points total set at 42. All right, both teams come into this matchup 0-1. They both lost opening day. Bengals lost at home to Pittsburgh Steelers 23-20. Now, anything that could go wrong did go wrong for the Bengals. 5 turnovers last week. Woo! Ugly. Joe Burrow threw 4 picks. Yeah, that's not the Burrow that took him to the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys, well, we talked about them on an earlier podcast. They lost 19-3 to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, the big story out of Dallas is Dak Prescott. He's out. He could be out 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8. We don't know. But he's definitely out. So that gives the keys to Cooper Rush. He gets the nod behind center today. Now, again, I'm saying something most people already know. The head coach of the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, is definitely on the hot seat. This is probably, in my opinion, his last season as a Cowboys coach. Whether he makes the full season, I don't know yet. You can blame injuries, you can blame whatever, but at the end of the day, you can't get rid of all the players, you get rid of the head coach. That reason being, you would think, the Bengals are coming in, they're an explosive team. Cowboys, not sure what they have. You'd think play very conservative, right? Let's try to keep this good. I don't think so. I think Mike McCarthy likes to go out guns a-blazing. So I think he's going to be a little trickeration today. I think he's going to let Cooper Rush do some things that we don't think he can do. That being stated, I'm going to take the points here. I like the Cowboys getting 7.5, 7 and a hook at home. And as far as the points total, I think we're going to see a little shootout today. I'm going to go over 42. All right, next game up on the late afternoon card. Got the Houston Texans on the road, travel to take on the Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored by 10, -10. Points total set at 46. Texas started the season off with a tie against the Colts, 20-20. The Broncos, we already talked about them. They traveled to Seattle and they lost. Again, this to me should be an easy win for Denver, right? No problem. Piece of cake. Houston's terrible. They've been terrible on the road the last couple of years. If that's the case, why is the line only 10, right? Going into Denver, is a definitely tough place to play. It's just mile high, the crowd. But this line, again, there's something not right here. I think the line, again, should be north of 14. If this was a runaway train, freight train, it should be -14. Could even be 16. Therefore, I'm not going with the Broncos. So we're going to take the 10 here with the Texans. Give me the 10 points. And as far as the points total at 46, looking up. We're going over 46 in this game. All right, next game up on the board. The Arizona Cardinals on the road travel to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, Raiders favored by 5 and a hook. Points total set at 51.5, 51 and a hook. All right, both teams come into this game 0-1. Arizona got stomped by the Kansas City Chiefs last week, 44-21. Kansas City was just a menace, just crushed them. Raiders, on the other hand, lost to the Chargers 24-19. And they never had the lead. They were always chasing it. The game, I think they got a late touchdown to make it a little closer than it was. But Chargers really controlled that game. To be honest, both teams to me, it looked like, meaning Arizona against Kansas City and the Raiders against the Chargers, almost like it was a preseason game. They just didn't look, they looked out of it, discombobulated, whatever it was. They didn't seem to have things clicking. So I think both teams still need some time. Now, so obviously with the Raiders, they got a new head coach, got some new players, and as far as Arizona, that whole offseason with Kyler Murray could be some remnants of that still kicking around. So, listen, I like Arizona in the spot. Give me the 5.5. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I don't think the Raiders deserve to be a 5.5 point favorite yet. Not yet. As far as the points total, yeah, I'm going over. I think these teams are gonna huck and chuck, and I think we're gonna have some points. So, and last game on the board tonight is the Sunday night matchup. The Bears on the road take on the Packers. That's right. Chicago travels to Green Bay. Definition of rivalry. Doesn't matter if it's first game of the season or Super Bowl or whatever you want to call it. Obviously not going to play in the Super Bowl, same division, but you get my drift. It's always a rivalry. These two teams do not like each other. As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers says he owns the Bears, because he has really during his career. All right, Bears are in first place in the NFC North. Packers in last place. Sounds kind of silly, doesn't it? But yeah, as of week 1, that's the situation, or the Bears are tied for first, but the Packers are in last in the NFC North. So, where do we go with this? Packers, what they do in their first week? They lost at Minnesota, 23-7. Minnesota may be for real, folks. Keep your eye on the Vikings. And the Bears, we already talked about them at home. Nasty weather. They beat San Francisco 19-10. Rivalry, Sunday night. Bears are feeling pretty good about themselves. Green Bay might be a little bit down. Weather's supposed to be perfect. What do I see? I see a close game here. Yeah, I do. Give me the 10 points with the Bears. And as far as the points total, 41 and a hook. Yeah, let's go over. Let's see a little hucking and chucking tonight in the nice weather. So there you go. There are your picks for the 4:25 games in the Sunday night matchup tonight. Listen, hope you have a great day. And as we always say, may your bad beats be small and your big wins be monster.
Thanks again for tuning in to the 7 and a Hook podcast. Until next time, may your bad beats be small and your big wins be monster.